100,000 subscribers is crazy. And it's even crazier because for as far as I've come, I feel like I've barely even begun.
You know the rules.
Rhyming accidentally, word to my goat. For as far as I've come and for as many eras of DDJ as there has been...
Yo, what is going on, guys?
Yikes. What the hell was I thinking? Yeah, man, bro was cooking alright, but the oven wasn't turned on, so... But I promised you all that when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I would answer one of the most popular, common questions I get asked nearly every day. What does DDJ stand for? All those many theories over the years as to what you thought it stood for, whether it was Dastardly Dick Johnson or hell, Duke Dennis Jr.
Hey, hold on.
But actually, in order to explain what it stands for, I need to take you back to 2007, a year where many great things happened. Family Guy was in its early prime and Call of Duty was about to begin a generational run with Call of Duty 4. Disney Channel was on the run of a lifetime with a show like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and Phineas and Ferb were about to ask for the first time, hey, where's Perry? It was a magical year full of absolutely no tragedies whatsoever. This was also a year where a young 7-year-old DDJ had a heavy obsession with Lego and Star Wars and Lego Star Wars, and in general, it was reaching an all-time high. So one day when I was at my grandma's house, may God rest her soul, that bloody legend of a woman, I wouldn't be who I am without her, but I booted up Star Wars Battlefront on the PS2 for the first time, to which I was greeted by a screen where my username needed to be 3 letters. And in this thinking, I thought to myself, well, one of my uncles already calls me DJ, right? Because my middle name is Javon, hashtag reveal. I say that one of my middle names is Javon. I've got 4 middle names. That reveal will be coming at 200k to find out my full name.
The numbers, basically. What do they mean?
I'm gonna drop my full gov at 200k, okay? It's gonna be all 6 names I have. That's right, there's 6 of them. Star Wars Battlefront didn't want to accept my DJ nickname though, so I decided, what the hell, I'll type in DDJ instead. I'm sure it won't stick with me for the rest of my entire life. So officially, Deonte DDJ actually translates to Deonte Javon. Because just when you thought the Triple H impression on this channel couldn't get any more insane, that's right, I'm triple fucking D. You thought that this was a big fucking deal? Wait till 200k when I buy the World Wrestling Federation. But yes, officially it stands for Deonte Javon. I never really thought about people spelling it out in its entirety. I just kind of thought, okay, well, Deonte is my name. I like my name. DDJ is also a name that I get called now by that point in time. It's associated with me. Put them together. Now, of course, in the earlier days of my YouTube career, I went by other names such as DDJ619, word to Ray. I went by the DDJ12 very early on, which is essentially just the fact that I am the DDJ, and I was 12 at the time. I'm also not really sure where the came from. I don't know. I guess I randomly just had a bit of an egomaniacal streak. It wasn't just, oh, that's DDJ. It's, I am the DDJ, okay? Word to The Rock. And while obviously back then you couldn't change your name on PlayStation, on Xbox I was changing my gamer tag for a while as I got older, but it got to like age 15 and I was like, this is getting a bit tragic now, let me stop. Like seriously, imagine I was still doing it. Right now I'd be about to become the DDJ 25.
You are so washed.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to the original Star Wars Battlefront games on PlayStation 2, because who knows, without them, I might be standing here right now as Deonte DJ. Ew, that just doesn't even sound right. Deonte DJ? No, I speak for everyone when I say I want as many D's as possible. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, it looks like I'm in the thick of thoughts on SVR 2011.
Wait for it.
Favorite Dragon Ball character? You know, I'm a really big Trunks guy, but I also love Vegeta as well. And obviously Goku's Goku, but yeah, Vegeta and Trunks are my guys. What made you start YouTube? I'd be lying if I said watching iCarly and seeing them have their own web show wasn't like something I kind of wanted to do, you know? Then I mean, when it comes to Chris Smooth, I mean Prime Chris Smooth.
How do you think it feels?
He was special. Who's the sexiest WWE diva? You know, I don't know. Nothing's ringing a bell. You know, I don't know if I could name... Gee, I just can't really think... Yeah, I got nothing. What's your favorite wrestling entrance of all time? Okay, I know this looks absolutely insane, but I am not creasing these, so just pretend I'm doing the CM Punk thing right now, and this looks insane. So yeah, it's either CM Punk's entrance, Cult of Personality brackets, or it's Edge.
Sugar gay?
TK.
And I also have to go ahead and say that Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, and Becky Lynch are some of my favorites as well. If you were an animal, who would you be? Congratulations, bruv. I'd be a sloth. How did you think of the idea to do the worst episodes and the Total Divas type video? This whole green screen era and specifically the Total Divas videos, I actually wanted to make them like a year before I actually started doing them. Originally, when I used to live at home, right, in that small little bedroom, I remember thinking about making that style of content back then, but there was just no space for any of this, so it was never gonna happen. Then eventually a year later, I'm kind of like, okay, let me go back to this, let me try this again, and my god, it is now one of the biggest parts of my channel, and there's only been like 5 Total Divas videos, but it's already one of the top things when you search my name, so shout out to everyone that loves those videos. I love them as well. Bad wrestling, just my personality just bounces off bad wrestling better. It's not as entertaining when the wrestling episode is really good and I'm like, haha, wrestling's great, woo. But when it's bad, inject it. I love it. I love this game. I love the bad wrestling game. I love it. How do you find working full-time while doing YouTube? Let me go ahead and tell you right now. Not a lot of you know this, but I do have a full-time job alongside doing YouTube. And my full-time job title is also, funnily enough, a content creator, which really creates a fun conversation when I'm trying to explain this to people. It really is a grind, doing the full-time and, you know, finishing work and then switching into YouTube mode and bringing in front of this green screen and then the amount of editing it's a lot. Okay, it is. I won't lie to you. It is stressful, it's tiring, my god. It's another reason why as well, why I'll say stuff like I barely even think I've got started, because realistically all the content and level, while I appreciate people really enjoying what I'm doing right now, I'm working at like this level because there's so much other things going on. So just imagine when I do quit that full-time job, and this is just the full-time, the YouTube stuff, imagine how much higher my content can be when I actually have some legitimate time to dedicate to it. This one isn't a question, it literally just says natty natty boy boy. Word to Natalia, my Total Divas goat. Happy happy joy joy. I still can't believe that's such a huge part of the channel, but my god, we love her. How many Johns can Nikki Bella John? If Nikki Bella could John. About 23. Find the solution to world hunger or be the next guest on Talk Tour. Oh god, you're just so funny. You so deserve a podcast.
Let me suck on your nipple.
What is your opinion on WWE's current product?
I like it.
I am enjoying WWE and AEW. Julia and Stephanie Baker are bad ASF.
I like it.
People are overly negative a lot of the time. Just enjoy the graps, man.
I like it.
All your fans want you to oil up. What would it take for you to consider oiling up? 10,000 likes. I will oil it. I say that because there's no way this video is hitting 10,000 likes, so I don't really care. You're not seeing me oiled up, motherfucker. I know you love taking photos. What got you into photography? I love photography. I love taking photos and everything. I mean, I literally have a degree in photography. I graduated last year, as some of you will know. And while it does still come into, again, going back to my full-time job as a content creator for another company, I do get to do photography more so nowadays. I learned about film photography and developing in a darkroom through university and all these different things. And then also throughout my craft in photography, because my photography portfolio is far from done, but I'm inspired by people like Ansel Adams, Annie Leibovitz, you've got a Vivian Meyer as well. What's your opinions on Freya? Would you ever marry her? Would I marry Freya? Star of the stroke video thumbnail, Freya. Well, I'm already down on a knee, motherfucker. Hypothetically speaking, I'm still not creasing my shoes for you, but how short are you? I am literally 6'1". So talk to me nice. Favorite soundbite? I think I've got to go with the Chris Smooth as my number one. There's a Michael Cole.
Who cares?
Of course, we've got other variants of
Who cares?
now as well. And of course, how can I forget?
Happy, joy, joy.
And then another one that I really like is...
The Rock just got word.
And another one that I think is actually pretty underrated in the soundboard, in the DDJ soundboard is...
That's a lie.
Put the fries in the bag, bro. You wash.
Oh, and of course, one other that I have to go ahead and mention.
Cooking here.
Also, by the way, for those of you that keep asking me to make like a big DDJ soundboard video at the end of the year, and also the people that keep asking me to put all the worst ever episodes into one big video, both those things are happening. How long on average does it take to film and edit a green screen video? Too bloody long. But no, I mean, I know it's worth it in the end, and I know you guys really enjoy them, and when they're finally produced and rendered and they're out, I'm like, oh, what a masterpiece. I'm glad I created that, okay? But boy, sometimes those 16-hour editing sessions where I'm just editing all day on a Saturday, or I'm doing this, or I'm in front of this green screen for like, I can be in front of this green screen for an hour sometimes, or 2, or so there was one time when there was 3 hours. And then of course we've also got when I'm on the casting couch, as I called it. There's the soundboard, and there's working on the comedic timing and thinking about, oh, is this segment too long? There's so much that goes into my content that I don't think anyone will truly ever realize until I tell them, hey, go and try and do what I do in the least egomaniacal way possible. But seriously, it is very taxing and exhausting, and I'm just glad that you guys enjoy it, because when I upload a video and the comments rain in and it's doing well, I'm like, yes. And then when I put all my heart into a video and it's doing bad, I'm like, time to kill myself. Seem to be a man of culture. Top 4 films, go. I'm actually going to go ahead and do you one better, because I do have my favorite films list. I'm going to give you my whole top 10. Here's what I will say. I do have a Letterboxd account. You can find me right here. I want to start watching more movies in amongst the busy schedule I have. I'm trying, I swear. Number 10 is kind of a joint one. It's either Memories of Murder or The Handmaiden, both banging Korean films. Absolutely fantastic. Number 9 is City of God, a Brazilian film, a banger. Number 8 is another Korean film, Parasite. Obviously. If you haven't seen Parasite before, my god, you are missing out. Great movie. Number 7, Django Unchained. Come on. An absolute classic. Number 6 is The Dark Knight, which on its day could be higher. I'm not gonna lie. The Dark Knight, when you've got that full surround sound and you locked it... Chills, man. Chills. Number 5 is Spider-Man 2. You guys know I love Spider-Man. I mean... the GOAT superhero, let's be honest. Number 4 is Kill Bill Volume 1. Number 3 is The Godfather 2. Number 2 is Pulp Fiction. And number 1, a movie I watched oh so many times on DVD when I was a kid, to the point where I broke the disc, Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars Episode 5. I mean, come on. And I'll go ahead and end this question right here. There's another movie that I really like, but rule number 1 is I'm not supposed to talk about it. Favorite musical artist? Kanye is probably still my number 1, really. Graduation. And also Tyler, the Creator as well. J. Cole, I love. Jay-Z is another one, but really where I spend most of my time nowadays is in my DDJ's Oldies But Goldies playlist. That on Spotify, you can find it as public. That's my heaven. You got like Aretha Franklin in there. You've got Otis Redding. You've got all these just old school. You know, I love music that makes me feel like I'm in the past, in a time where it was more simple, you know? Do you miss John Lewis? So we're really learning everything about me today, but yes, I used to work in this magical place where... Hell no. I honestly have a lot of fond memories of my time working at John Lewis. Like, I met a lot of good people there, met a lot of friends for life there, so it's not all bad, but at the same time, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I hated this place, you know? So to answer your question, Harry, I miss you. I miss all the guys on 2nd floor. Shout out to 2nd floor. Shout out to 3rd floor, man. But I will say, the partners at John Lewis do not get paid enough. I'll fucking stand on that shit right now. What are your tips and advice for aspiring content creators like me and many others? And I got a similar question also here. Advice for small YouTubers, less than 1K subs, not necessarily wrestling related. You never really stop learning in this YouTube game. Like, whatever I knew when I was 20, I know so much more now, you know, and when I'm 30, I'll know so much more. Always try and keep up with the current culture, you know, you see what these bigger guys are doing, try and adapt that to who you are and keep on the pulse, because the worst thing you want is an outdated YouTuber or someone you see and you're like, oh, they used to be popping and now they fell off. You don't want to be that guy. I'd say obviously try and be entertaining, give people a reason to watch your content. That's a big one. Obviously it goes without saying, but high quality content, you know, learn how to edit as well. A lot of people feel like they start YouTube nowadays and they instantly have to get an editor. You can learn it yourself. You don't need to spend money on an editor all the time. Learn as much as you can. Have fun with it. That's the most important thing, because let me tell you something right now. When you open YouTube Studio one day and a video's a 10 of 10, which to translate is really fucking bad, that will mess with your mental health, and you need to be ready for that. You need to say, I enjoy this, so yeah, I don't care if no one watches this video. I don't even give a fuck. And also another big thing about YouTube that I didn't really learn until later on and really was stubborn to, networking is really important. And I'm not necessarily saying find a bigger YouTuber and just leech off them and that's your entire thing. No, just learn to work with the YouTubers around you in your community, network with them, maybe suggest a collab, you know, bring an idea to them that's going to benefit them as well, and then also benefit you, so you can, you know, cross-contaminate your audiences and then grow off of that. Then you're still building on your content. All these little things help you take you to that next level. And also, I think I already said it, but be consistent as well. You've got to be on all platforms. You've got to be posting your content on TikTok. You've got to be making TikTok exclusive content. You've got to be on YouTube Shorts. You've got to stream every now and again. You've got to kind of be a jack of all trades. As much as it is pretty exhausting to do all of that, you've kind of got to do it in this game nowadays. Sorry. But by no means do you need your first video to be a Mr. Beast level video where you're like, today I'm going to be doing... No. Why did you quit the My Career universe? I just really stopped enjoying it. It just wasn't fun anymore. Can I hold the plaque? Oh, what? You mean this plaque right here? This 100,000? My God, it's beautiful. Good Lord, just come here. Will you start a series covering every episode of Total Divas Thanks Goat? Yeah, man. Who's gonna tell him? When are you gonna be in a Vibe Draft Wars video? When are you gonna be on the Vibe podcast? Who's gonna join Vibe? Hey man, what happened between you and Vibe? Hey, are you and Brandon still friends? Hey, what happened between you and Small Afro? Hey, are you and Brent still friends? Hey, are you still editing for Vibe? Hey, why aren't you in Vibe? Vibe. Stop! Yes, once upon a time, I was in Vibe. Yes, I was an official member. Yes, we are still friends. Will I ever be in a Vibe video again? Will I ever be in a Draft Wars? I don't know. We're still friends. I'm still rooting on all of their success. Technically, I never left the group. Technically, I am still a member, although I kind of stopped saying it in videos because I don't want to be a beg. But just know, for clarification, it's always going to be love for those Vibe guys, okay? And I'm talking about them separately now because, again, I'm not going to be a beg, and I'm not going to say, oh, I'm not, okay? I'm not. Top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. Could be a different video, to be honest. I'll make that into a short form thing, but off the top of my head, if we're talking about my like top 3, Edge, CM Punk, Becky Lynch. What is your favorite Deonte Inferno match of all time? Ooh, I would probably go ahead and say, again, it's got to be from that golden era, you know, season 1 of the My Career universe, you know, any of those matches I had, like NXT TakeOver the End with Matt Riddle. I remember recalling that and being like, holy shit, I just cooked up a dish and it's gonna be 5 stars. My goodness. The Adam Cole matches, the final match I had with Kenny Omega before he moved to main roster was good. Yeah, it would definitely be one of those from like the early season. It is probably one of those Adam Cole matches because the chemistry between those in that game, I don't know what it was, but it was amazing. What's your goal for the channel next year? Okay, I'm gonna cut myself off right there and say this. I got a lot of questions around the idea of expanding the channel and what's my goal for the channel next year. And so not to leave you on a cliffhanger, but my next video is going to dive further into this topic and we're gonna talk about everything going forward. Because I promise you when I say it's only good news. How big? The last time I measured it was about 7. Is your soundboard?
It took my breath away.
It's pretty big actually. Seriously, it's huge. Much like WrestleMania and now SummerSlam, this Q&A was just too big for one night.